Decaspers are directed to compliance.
Funny thing is, you
Please rise
to
for the
remember all
Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, we had a good turnout tonight. I want to introduce our trustee-elect, Kathy Ramsar, sitting in the back. You can stand up and wave. Thank you, Kathy. Glad to have you here. With that, I will now read the mission statement. Dodge City Community College will provide opportunities for high-quality learning and will enhance community and personal development in a student-centered environment. We haven't been having.
You open it up and if no one comes up.
We'll provide an opportunity for individuals or groups to appear before the board for the purpose of presenting a request or concern for the board's consideration. If you would like to address the board, please do so. Move to the podium and state your name. Hearing none, we'll move to the approval of the minutes. First, we have the regular board meeting of October 23rd, 2017, and the special board meeting of November the 6th, 2017. These were sent to the trustees. Are there any additions or corrections to those minutes? Hearing none, I'd entertain a motion for approval. Approved, motion by Mr. Harshberger, second by Dr. Presley. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, and the minutes are approved. Carla, do you want to take us through the additions and deletions on the agenda?
There's only one addition tonight, an executive session, and is at each of your seats. Personnel matters of non-elected personnel.
Okay, and no revisions to the consent agenda. No request to move an item from consent to action. So I would entertain a motion for approval of agendas.
I move.
Moved by Forestry, second by Malone. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion, the agenda is approved. First, we have a presentation by Mr. Chad Hahn on the Student Government Association. Chad, would you come to the microphone, please?
Good evening. Board of Trustees, Mr. Chairperson, and President LD. Tonight we start off with Phi Theta Kappa. They attended the Kansas-Nebraska Honors and Action Conference in Junction City, Kansas on November 10th and the 11th. This past Saturday they did their trash cleanup day for Adopt a Highway, and on Sunday they had their induction for 2017-18 officers and board members. And for student government, we helped put on the rodeo showcase this Friday, and we're also preparing for a fun gaming night held on Thanksgiving break called the Thanksgiving Events. And that'll be it.
Good job.
Thank you.
Now I'd like to call Lisa Killian, the academic tutor.
Good evening. All right, this evening we are honoring Hasiel Anaya as our November Tutor of the Month. Hasiel has been a tutor for us. This is her second year that she's been a tutor for us, and she's currently holding a 3.9 GPA. Her parents, I'm going to say your dad's name wrong, Valo, and Maricela Pascual. Interesting story about Hasiel. Her major was criminal justice. Friday she went with Hunter Henderson, the STEM activities coordinator, to Wichita to visit Spirit Aerospace. And after that visit, she decided to change her major. So she's now mechanical engineering major, so that's exciting. And the upside to that is we get her for another semester, so I'm happy about that. She plans to transfer. She's not sure where at this point. She's looking at Wichita State, and she wants to make the world a better place. So she's also a founder and former president of the book club, and she's an active member of Phi Theta Kappa. So, Hasiel.
Okay, I'll take I'll take a couple. One more. Thank you.
Bye. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Good job. Congratulations to you, by the way.
Next, I'd like to call Professor Brandy Spielbrin for the Phi Theta Kappa Student of the Month.
While I'm saying nice things about our student of the month, Laura Santo, today, she's going to be handing out some envelopes to you. This is our week of gratitude for Phi Theta Kappa, and we have a lot of different activities we've been doing, and we would like to express our gratitude to everyone who's helped Phi Theta Kappa. So she'll be giving you those. Laura is a sophomore. She has a 3.9 GPA. Her parents are Federico and Maria Soto. She's a part of the STEM program and Bridges to the Future program. Sorry. She's our VP for Phi Theta Kappa. Her future plans are to transfer to K-State in the fall and work on research with the Developing Scholars program, which you started doing already, right? Did you do that over the summer? Right, yeah. So she's already doing so many wonderful things, and we're so proud of her. And so that is our Student of the Month. Okay, I'll take a couple. One more. Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you for the nice note.
Now have trustees report. We'll start with Trustee Malone.
I don't have
Marshberger. Hampton.
Well, I want to say welcome to the people who will be coming on board. And it's always a little bit of a relief to know who those people are going to be. So we say welcome, and Kathy is here tonight, and we're happy that she is, and expect to see more of her, and of course in January too. Wanted to say that I appreciate the prepared reports, because we can look at those and think about them before we get to the meeting. So I consider that that is a positive thing that we've done. And appreciate the exciting list of donors that Andrea has made us aware of, which is really so gratifying that the people in the community have stepped up to be a part of the community college, and thank you to all those folks. Appreciate the outreach to the area high school students and the career day. And also I got to visit with Lisa's open house at the academic center, and thank you for doing that, Lisa. That was a good day of celebration. So that's my report.
Trustee Presley.
I echo Flores Jean's comments. I think I'm really glad to see that the good attendance at the outreach things that we're doing and the upcoming with the Winter Expo, and that's great stuff to hear. And love to see how we're trying to try to reach out and serve the folks we need to serve. So get that feedback from them, what they're looking for too. So if you're hearing different things, that's what I'd sure like to hear too, or any of them. If there's programs that we're not addressing or areas that are developing that we need to be looking at.
We did send a follow-up survey out for the College and Career Expo, And so I've started to receive information back from the high schools rating different parts of the event. So once I get a fair amount back, I don't know if I'll get all of them, I'll compile a report and send that to you guys. So talked about things we did that they really enjoyed and things that we might bring on board next time. So yeah, I appreciate you saying that. I'll get some of that information to you for that event specifically.
I agree. I think Mrs. Hampton hit the high points. And I'm looking forward to Christina Hazelhorst Foundation report.
Good evening to all of you, and thank you for having me. This is a kind of a long report, so I'll try and condense it down a little bit. The fall-winter newsletter has been sent out to all of the Ford County residents. I ran out of envelopes, so I'm currently working on the rest of the United States. The rest of my envelopes arrived this morning, so hopefully that will go out. This is the second newsletter that the foundation has put out. It's a lot more extensive than the first one. And we're also using this as a tool to update our mailing list. That's an ongoing process that's like finding a needle in a haystack most days. But back in September 2017, we voted in 2 new members of our foundation board. Fred Dirksen, USD 443 superintendent. He filled the seat of the former foundation member Alan Cunningham, and Danielle Stroud with Western Plains Medical Complex. She's the marketing director. She came on board as well, and she's here at the meeting tonight, along with our chairman, Jared Bush. So, in your packet is a press release regarding the donation to the foundation from Jerry Nelson. He's of Maverick International, and he donated specifically for the rodeo program here on campus. They have some alleys and chutes that were a safety hazard to the students and the livestock, and so that's the first thing that is being purchased with those funds. And they've also got some other things that they need over there. There's some roof repair that possibly needs done. There's a whole litany of things for the rodeo program, so we're very, very grateful for that. This morning, hopefully you saw the press release in the paper regarding the donation from Western State Bank for VIP seating area in the Activities Center. We'll have high top tables and chairs in there, but it won't only be for VIPs during games. It'll also be a nice place for people to rest when they're using the walking track. We might be able to have some impromptu meetings up there. The possibilities are pretty much endless for that particular area. So we're excited for that and thankful for what they've done. A donation for the naming rights for the Activities Center entryway is still in contract negotiation, so I won't be announcing that for a while. And just this week, we had a donor who has expressed interest in our walking track, and so that contract is also in negotiations, so that won't be announced for a little while. But that is happening, so we're excited for that, so people are not walking on concrete. We hope to put a rubberized surface in there. We do have some community members that come in there that have bad backs and have expressed concern about the concrete, so we're very excited about being able to put that rubberized surface in there. Also, we received a donation for $5,000 to establish a presidential legacy wall in the foundation hallway. It's basically a miniaturized version of that over there, is what we're planning on doing. So total for major donations so far is $187,500. That'll be paid over a few years. We're still working on towards getting the large donation to pay some funds to DC3 for the Activities Center, as well as the future completion of the Activities Center. So far, we have some tentative promises of somewhere over $300,000. So we're pretty excited about the progress that we've made. We also had a foundation board member donate funds to the new President's Circle campaign that I had addressed to you all several months ago, and the funds that he donated were specifically for tree planting. And so there's been some new trees that have been planted here on campus. Some of them were new because of the landscaping that was going on around the Activities Center. Some of them were replacement trees from the ice storm, so we were grateful for that. We also had a very good turnout for the 1-year anniversary of the Activities Center. On October the 10th, we had coffee and donuts served, and we gave tours. So we had a lot of people that showed up for that. We're excited that the Activities Center is being used as it was intended, as a community center, basketball games, volleyball games. We've had nursing fair, job fairs. We've had American Red Cross blood drives in there, graduation, state of the college. Obviously, there's some things we still need to work on regarding the sound system in there, so that is on our list to try and find a donor for that, to fix that. But most importantly, it's been opened as a shelter 3 times. And who would have thought that when we opened it last year in October, by January, it'd be open for 3 days. So we're excited that we're able to work in tandem, the college, Ford County Emergency Management, American Red Cross, Salvation Army. They work really well together for that when that happens. The golf tournament in August was a success. We raised nearly $9,000 for the foundation. It's roughly the same amount as last year. We kind of expected that with me being a new director here. However, we had more participation. We had over 100 golfers. We had about 41 sponsors. And so we were counting this as a success because we had more people involved. The auction is currently being planned. There is a change to the report that I gave you because we just had a meeting after I had that report printed up. The auction has been moved to probably November of 2018. There were just too many conflicts with too many major events here in Dodge City, and we did not feel that it would be successful, and that was going to be a detriment to the scholarships that we were going to be trying to raise for our students. So we all made the decision to move it to the fall, and we hope to leave it permanently in the fall because there's just not as many activities going on city and county-wide during the fall. We're hoping to have the auction in the activities center. Obviously, the sound is an issue. We're working on that. But we really feel it's important to get our community, our alums, on campus, see what we're all about, and bring everybody together for that auction. The foundation is working on the walls at the activities center with Dodge City High School. That process is still ongoing. We're using this as a little bit of a recruiting tool. These students are basically doing the work, and Steve Rankin is just overseeing it. They are going to do the installation. They are going to help me do the maintenance. If there's an issue with something comes off the wall or it's not sticking right, he's already dedicated himself and his students to coming over and taking care of that. So that's an ongoing process. We're putting notable alums, past faculty, former athletes, former coaches, volunteers, various campus life photographs. I'm sure you've all seen Jeannie Rose's photographs. Those will all be featured on this wall. And our plans are to extend this particular project all over the building eventually as donations allow. The Finance Committee is currently revisiting our foundation investment policy, and in the process we're meeting with each company that we have investments with. Meetings with these companies is very important for us so we are able to meet the needs of our donors and the foundation each year, and so we can make well-informed decisions. It's been a couple years since we've really had a good sit down with our investment companies. Scholarships, we gave a $68,000 donation to DC3 in June, and the 80th birthday campaign for Eldon Becker yielded over $4,000 for that scholarship fund. That was put on by his family and friends, and I basically addressed envelopes for them, but that's what they raised, was $4,000. The Robbins Leadership and Entrepreneurship Scholarship was established in April, and more funding for that scholarship is planned. I talked to Mr. Robbins the other day, and he's planning on donating some more funding to that. So hopefully another press release will be coming for that. We streamlined a plan with the financial aid department to better monitor the scholarships, and we'll be reevaluating that plan this spring to make sure that everything's running smoothly. It's taken quite a while to get the BRIC program reorganized. It was kind of a mess when I took it over, but we have now gotten caught up, and as of this morning, every single brick is installed. And so we're excited. Now we're starting the new process of new orders finally. The foundation has joined the nationwide effort for Giving Tuesday. Hopefully you've seen that across all of our social media. It's to be held on November 28th. This effort encourages the public to remember their favorite charities across the United States and locally in their giving plans for the holidays. Obviously, we hope that people remember the foundation, but we're also encouraging charitable giving outside of the foundation. There's a press release in your packets regarding that. This past year has been a time of growth and reorganization for our foundation. The financial reports to the board have become more transparent. The Finance Committee has been reestablished and the processes have been streamlined. And in addition to this, the merging of the Endowment Association and the foundation was entirely complete with the filing of our 990 just a few months ago. The focus has shifted to a more donor-centered, showcasing an attitude of gratitude towards current donors and to being genuinely interested in past alumni who were never approached before. And For example, W.R. Robbins, who donated that $20,000 scholarship to DC3, graduated in the 1950s. He had never been approached by anybody from Dodge City Community College since he graduated. We went to simply go say hello to him. He was so impressed. We never asked him for any money. He donated $20,000 3 days later. It was really shocking for my first meeting right out of the gate. But he has proven to be a very good friend to DC3 Foundation. He calls me periodically to check up on the foundation, see how things are going, offer some advice. He used to be on the foundation board for Fort Hays State University, so he's a little bit of a mentor going into this. And like I said earlier, he's planning on donating some more here in the future, and he's actually being inducted into the Hall of Fame this Saturday due to his work as an outstanding businessman and becoming the owner of the 15th largest bank in the state of Kansas. So we're pretty excited to have him on board. And last but not least, please check out our social media. We created this social media platform almost immediately after I came on board last December. And we've got Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. And so please share away. The more people we get on it, the better. Andrea and I in marketing, we collaborate quite a bit, making sure that we've got information going back and forth. Events are being announced. I work with the coaches. I work with like Phi Theta Kappa. I work with her today to get out their giving campaign this week. So, we really try and utilize that social media for the better. Any way the foundation can help the college, we consider marketing part of that assistance that we do for the college. Are there any questions? That was pretty fast. Okay, thank you very much.
Very impressive report. Thank you. Dr. Noley has an introduction he wants to make.
Dee Casper, will you please stand up? Dee Casper is our VA compliance. We just gave her the job, and y'all approved it in our last board meeting. So glad to have you all the way from Phoenix. So
From Arizona.
Arizona.
And I wouldn't normally have my hair up like this, but somebody didn't inform me that I was going to be coming. I'm not bitter.
Hey, Dee, he does that every once in a while.
That's right.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. It's going to be fun.
Well, we're
And our
very impressed with your
next
resume.
VA audit is going to have
It's going to be kicking.
0 findings. That's my goal.
Thank you.
Glad to have you aboard.
Thank you.
We'll now move to board action items. First is the 2018-19 budget calendar. Vice President Herman.
Yes, you have presented to you the time frame for the 2018-2019 budget process. It's hard to believe, but it's time to start the budget process again. When I was in Topeka a couple of weeks ago, we did receive good news that at the end of the third quarter, we was $114 million ahead of projections, and this is at least 4 or 5 years that I've heard that we're ahead of projections. It's always we've been behind, so that was good news. So I'm asking for your approval of the proposed budget calendar for next year.
Staff recommendation for approval of the budget calendar as submitted. Any discussion on that? Do I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
Moved by Presley. Seconded by Malone. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Aye, and so ordered. Next we have vehicle leases, and that's also Vice President Herman.
I'll ask Russ to step up to the mic. Oh, there you are. It's loud.
In October, we brought a proposal to you that you approved, but we did only receive 2 bids on that, and afterwards we fielded several questions. So we decided we should clarify our bidding process and put out this recommendation after going through the bidding process again. So we went back to the drawing board. We assumed that an 18-month lease would be more expensive and thought it would be more prudent to pay extra on 3 cars rather than 5. And that would also bring us to fleet pricing on all cars 1 year earlier. Since it was a shorter term included new or program cars to attract more bidders. This time we received 8 bids from 5 dealers. 1 dealer declined to bid and 1 dealer did not respond. The bid that we came up with, that we recommend, was the cheapest bid. It's 2017 Toyota Camry program cars. Comes to $398.96 a month, which is only $3 a month more than what we had last month. And we think this will get us to the fleet pricing model for the future after June of 2019, to where we can get better pricing yet. So there is our recommendation. Are there any questions?
Hearing no question, is there a motion for approval? Moved by Mrs. Hampton. Second by Dr. Presley. Any further discussion?
Yes, I'd like to make a few comments here. I'm glad to see that we have a lot more bids in place. I think it's very important that we reach out to all the business people in the community as we're seeking bids for things. And plus, I can't say enough about the transparency of the information we get. We need to make sure that the information that the trustee gets is very direct and transparent. So I appreciate this. I'm glad we have these bids, and I would like to see, in the instance here where we're looking for automobile leasing, that we have got this type of engagement. So thank you.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, and so ordered. We have no unfinished business. We have no new business. Entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Moved by Presley, second by Malone. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, and the consent agenda is approved. We do have a executive session scheduled, and I'll ask our counsel to read the proper motion.
Yes, Chairman Reeves, I recommend the board recess into executive session to discuss an employee's contract pursuant to the personnel matters of non-elected personnel exception to the Kansas Open Meetings Act, KSA 75-4319B1. The open meeting to resume in this location at 6:40 p.m. In addition to the trustees, the college attorney, the president, and vice president, Adam John, should be included in the executive session.
You heard the recommendation. Do we have a motion? Motion by Gary. Second. Better see you in a moment. Second, all in favor say aye. Aye. All right, we're back in open session. We need additional time for the executive session. Counsel, would you lead the motion?
Yes, Chairman Reeves, I recommend the board recess into executive session to discuss an employee's contract pursuant to the personnel matters of non-elected personnel exception to the Kansas Open Meetings Act. The open meeting to resume in this location at 6:55 p.m. In addition to the trustees, the college attorney, president, and vice president Adam John should be included in the executive session.
Also move.
Second.
Motion's on the table, Mr. Chair.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Back in open session. There is no business before the trustees after the executive session. I would now entertain a motion for adjournment.
I'll make said motion.
Moved by Harshberger. I got it that time.
Second.
Second by Hampton. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, and we are adjourned.
Hate to leave so early.